Hey guys, how are you doing today? I feel extra energetic and chirpy and everything, and I think it's something got to do with my outfit. Like, I really love this bright orange shade, which is not my outfit, by the way. It's my husband's. So the reason I'm like really excited today is because it's a Q&A video. I've never done this on my channel before, and I put up a community post asking you guys if you want to ask me some questions, be it even personal or makeup related. And I did that on Instagram as well. So I have a few people who have asked me certain questions. So I think I will be answering all those questions in today's video. So let's get started. So first I'll be covering the questions on my YouTube community page that I've got. So Divya MV asks, hi, would love to know whether you're a full-time YouTuber or working in any other stream. What is your typical day like? So hi, thank you for this question. And I'm not a full-time YouTuber. I have another job that I do full-time, which I love doing as well. This was something that I just started as a hobby, and I love filming YouTube videos and I love posting the content that I do. I put my 100% into my YouTube videos. So the next question is by Neelima Soni, and her question is, I'd like to know your interests, like other than your YouTube content, and also you seem like a really genuine person, and like your reviews are also pretty straightforward, no bullshit kind of reviews, which I highly appreciate. Also, I watched 2 of your product reviews after using them personally, and both were like to the point and exactly how I felt about the products. That made me watch more and subscribe. Keep up. Thank you so much. That's one of the best compliments that a YouTuber can receive, that my reviews work for you. So that's the whole point why I film these videos. It's that I want it to work for you guys. I'm so glad that it actually worked for you, and thank you for subscribing, by the way. So my interests other than YouTube, I like to write a lot. I am pretty good at content writing, and I do freelance for a lot of websites. I like to read a little bit. I'm not the most avid reader, but I love to read a lot. It's not so much like novels or anything like that. It's mostly current affairs and things like that, like up to date. I like to keep myself up to date. So those are the things I like to read. And I do like cooking a little bit. I could call that an interest. Major part of my time is consumed by my regular work and YouTube. So these are the interests that I can think of right off the bat. And Ramya Janaki Raman asks, can we know about your job, career, day-to-day life, how to survive quarantine? Okay, yeah, this is something that a lot of people have asked me. The first question is about my job. So I am an engineer. I'm an electronics engineer, and I own a company that specializes in fiber optic engineering. So that is my career as well. And my day-to-day life way before quarantine was really busy. It was a lot of fun as well. I was working most of the time, so I don't have the time to actually have a leisure time as well. So that and YouTube used to take half of my time. So I used to film YouTube videos really late in the evening or on weekends. So that was how my routine was. Now quarantine time, it has taken back my mind a little bit. I'm not able to work to my full potential, but it doesn't mean that I can't work. I still have to work, but it's not my full potential. Yeah, how to survive quarantine? I feel like it's important to keep yourself really occupied. I'm not saying to be productive, but just keep yourself occupied. Be it with the people that engage with you and like make you very happy, or keep you engaged in certain things or activities, be it even cleaning up your entire room, wardrobe, or just your house in general, cooking, and probably watching a lot of episodes, movies, or if you have to work from home, I think that would occupy you as well. So anyways, Riddhi Pandya says, I love to hear from you after so many days. Can you please suggest me a good face wash for oily and sensitive skin? I've tried so many face washes from the market, but not a single suits me. Say it Nivea, Pond's, Biotic, Global Beauty Secrets, etc. After using a face wash, small bumps occur on my face. I use soap on my face but want some really good face wash. Also suggest some products to control excess sebum on my T-zone. Is super oily and rest of my face is normal. Now I can't speak much for oily skin people because I have like normal to dry skin. I would suggest, like, if you have this very sensitive skin, first get it checked with a dermatologist. They suggest the right kind of products sometimes, and I feel like products from Cetaphil work really well across skin types. So if you have very oily skin, they have a face wash specifically for that. I don't know about like acne prone skin or anything of that sort, but if I do occasionally get pimples, I tend to use the Himalaya neem face wash. That helps me a lot. And suggest some products to control excess sebum on my super oily face. I'm not sure, but I think you should look into the Ordinary products. They have products specifically catered to different skin type. So I think that would help you a lot. You can do a research about those products. So next one is by Butterfly. Nice. She asks, please share concealer tips. I have a lot of videos about this, but for concealer, especially if you don't want it to crease underneath your eyes or if you don't want it to look dry and flaky, first and foremost, use a good eye cream. So the key is to keep this really moisturized and hydrated, and don't go over it with a concealer just immediately after the moisturizer. Let it sink in a little bit so that you can avoid the concealer from creasing a lot, because if it's going to be too moist and slippery, the concealer will try to fade away a lot sooner, or it might split and not look the best. So that is one thing. And then use a concealer in general that is very lightweight if you have very dry skin. Then how did you get into makeup? What made you make a YouTube channel? Now, what made me get into makeup? I first started off this channel as a fashion kind of channel because ever since in college, I used to be really interested in dressing up, and I used to always wear like really nice clothes and very different and out of the blue. So a lot of people were very interested in the clothes that I used to wear and everything, and they used to always suggest that I should do something with it. So that's the reason I first started it off as a blog. Didn't run that for a really long time because I felt like having a YouTube channel would help me a lot better. Then I started off with clothes and then slowly got into makeup because I used to watch a lot of makeup channels and I used to be like, wow, these guys do makeup so well and I don't really know how to do makeup at all. So I started learning, and then I loved the art of reviewing those makeup products because I felt like there were not a lot of genuine YouTubers that I could follow on YouTube. At least the time I started, I felt like everything was toned down and they were too polite to say anything rude about the brands because of course fearing that they would not work with them or not send it in PR or anything of the sort. So I wanted to make videos telling you guys honestly what is good and what is bad, and I wanted you guys to save money because I've spent a lot of my money on products that didn't really work watching all these videos. So that's basically why I started my YouTube channel. And this is a question by Muskan. Love your name, by the way. So Tejasvi asks, I'm having hormonal pimples suddenly for the first time. My skin was never oily or acne prone. It was clear. But now when I'm in mid-20s, suddenly from March, I'm having hormonal pimples on both cheeks. They are in clusters. Is there a remedy in lockdown? Any serum or cream which I can buy from pharmacy? Or should I change my daily diet? Okay, this is a very interesting question which I can't answer much of because I'm not an expert in this. But it looks like there could be a problem with your diet. Like if you are having a lot of fatty food or oily food, you must kind of avoid that, and probably dairy products as well. If you kind of avoid, your skin might change a lot better, and looks like it could be hormonal or any internal change in your body. So once the lockdown is over, get it checked with a dermatologist, get some tests done to see what it is. I've had this as well, but I had it in my teenage years where I had so much of acne on my skin, but it did help that I went to a dermatologist and got like a professional advice, and it helped clear it out. So I don't know if any product as such from the pharmacy would help you with this, but just be aware of what kind of face wash or products you're using on your face right now, because you don't want to aggravate it a lot more. So don't use a lot of products with fragrance and a lot of unnecessary ingredients like silicone and stuff like that, and maybe use a mild face wash as well. So those are all the questions that I had on my community post that I put up recently. And then let's move to Instagram. So on Instagram, a user named I am Devil asks how you make your quarantine days busy or what you are doing these days. I feel like I'm not doing much. I wish I was doing much, but I do work a little bit. I write a little bit. I'm keeping myself busy a little bit, like in talking to my friends sometimes, the people I've lost touch with. So I call them, talk to them, video chat. These are the things I'm trying to do to keep myself a little busy. Of course, it gets boring after a while and you lose interest, but this is what I'm trying to do. And of course, we have to go grocery shopping every once in a while. So that is like an outing now. Neeti Sharma asks, best shampoo in Indian market. Oh, this is really tough for me because even I'm looking for that best shampoo that I can call. But right now I was using the bedhead shampoo, the pink color one, that was really working amazingly well for my hair. Serum for hyperpigmented and dry, damaged, wrinkled skin. So I think you can try the Sugandha antioxidant serum. I think that would really help. And then Ruchika Thakur asks, best concealer and your best foundation, high-end and drugstore both. So my best foundation I think so far is the NARS Radiant Longwear foundation and my Too Faced foundation. I really love both of this. Actually, I like a lot of high-end foundations, and my favorite drugstore foundation has to be my PAC HD liquid foundation. I love that. I can never miss out on that, and I really like that. For concealer, for high-end, I like my Tarte Shape Tape concealer, and then from the affordable category, I like the LA Girl concealer, and I like the PAC Take Cover concealer. I think these two are really good products. Your favorite eyeshadow palette, high-end and drugstore. High-end eyeshadow palette which I love, I think right now it's the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette, because I tend to reach out for it a lot and I have it on my eyes currently as well. And drugstore has to be from the affordable range. I do have quite a lot. The Makeup Revolution Sofx palette, it's not very affordable, but sometimes on sale it can be really affordable. And I really like the Makeup Revolution Chocolate Wise palette, the Wet n Wild Rosé in the Air palette. Those are my favorite eyeshadow palettes. I have a lot. Okay, the third part of her question is how to make your base look flawless and not cakey. Now I have a lot of videos about this. I have it on my Instagram as well. Some of the videos, I will try to link it right down in the description box. And I also have a YouTube video which I filmed quite some time back, and I still follow all those steps. So the right kind of moisturizer, serum, the prepping is very important to make your base look flawless. Not sure if it's actually going to look flawless. It does look flawless on somebody else when you're watching it through a lens, and the camera makes it look flawless, but to an extent it makes your foundation look really good. Like I've worn that and gone out and got compliments, but nobody's skin is flawless, remember that. Wild Child Big Smile asks, would love to know how a typical day is for you. If it was not for quarantine, my typical day is like I wake up really early, I have an exercise routine, like a little bit of yoga, and then eat breakfast, head to work, start off my work, and then lunch. It's always work, and then come back in the evening, and sometimes if I have like some priority videos that I want to film, I film that, then go to bed. So yeah, this is my routine. I don't think it's like very exciting. Efficacious Soul asks, tell us about yourself. What do you do professionally? You were about to answer this so many months back. That Q&A never happened. Yes. That Q&A never happened. So yeah, I am born and brought up in Bangalore. I studied in Bangalore. All my life stayed in Bangalore. Love this city. I wouldn't trade my life here for any other city actually, because I love it so much here. My mom is a Malayali, my dad is a Tamilian, so I speak both these languages very fluently. And because I'm raised in Bangalore, I speak Kannada, Telugu, Hindi to an extent, so that's pretty good, and of course English. I'm married. I got married a year back. Been on YouTube for quite some time now. Loving my journey so far. Like to call myself an ambivert. I used to be very talkative when I was in school and stuff, but I've limited how much I talk a lot these days. I feel like it's been the best for me. Amikachi asks, not to be nosy, but would love to hear more about yourself since you're one of the few rare genuine YouTubers and we're curious. Thank you so much. I love that compliment. It's the biggest compliment that I can receive, that I'm genuine and you guys trust me. And I think I've already explained myself pretty well, I've already spoken about myself a little bit. So yeah, I think that answers your question. My Elegance Raji asks, tell about your YouTube journey. So yeah, like I mentioned, I started this I think in 2016. Was not very consistent. Of course, like I mentioned, this is not my full-time job. I'm still not able to be very consistent, and I'm jealous of people who can put up videos in that very scheduled format, which I try to do a lot of times, but there are things that come in the way of it because this is not my full-time job. My subscribers mean a lot to me, and it's amazing how so many of you guys subscribe to me, watch me right from the beginning, and still support me every single time, comment on my videos. I love my subscribers, and it took me a while to be noticed by a few brands, and these days I am getting the recognition and I'm getting a little bit of work through that side as well. I'm very picky with my sponsorships, and I'm very picky with who I want to work with. So if there is a company that is regulating everything that I have to speak and are not expecting the genuine side of me, I don't work with them. I've been approached by some of the really big giants, like the e-commerce giants, who have come forward to work with me, and because I've put out my side of the story and my points which I want to follow, my ethics that I want to follow, they don't end up working with me. So that is okay for me as well, because if I was completely reliant on this side of YouTube, I think I'd be very disappointed and I wouldn't be able to run it for long. But because I have another income that supports everything that I need, I don't really have to pay that much attention to it. So that is something that I've noticed, that if you're willing to speak your heart out and you want to be genuine to your followers who have taken you to this position, a lot of companies would often not want to work with you because you're too honest and it puts their reputation down. But I am usually like, I kind of balance out my review. So I don't want to be harsh on a company, but nor do I want to be super polished as well. So I balance out my reviews in the way that I put it across. So it has to have pros and cons. If there's only pros to a product, I even mentioned that, like, if I love a brand or a product, I absolutely love it. It's like I don't have a second thoughts about it. And only then do I recommend it to my subscribers as well. I don't want to recommend anything and everything because, like I mentioned earlier, I started this channel for you guys to save your money, and I don't want you guys to spend your hard-earned money. A lot of you guys work really hard for this money, and a lot of you guys get very little pocket money from your parents, and you save it, and your parents have worked hard for that money too, and you've saved it over time and want to buy that one particular product. So I don't want to like sugarcoat it and make you spend on a product that's not really worth it. So I feel bad, I feel bad when people go ahead and buy a product that doesn't work and they're stuck with it because that's all the money they had for that particular product, or it's again a waste of money. So that's the reason I'm actually like this honest. And for being honest, I have got a lot of criticism you guys wouldn't even imagine. Like, people get so mad at me when I speak about the cons of a certain product. If it's a review, it has to have pros and cons, and people get so mad when I'm trying to save their money, and they're like, you're so negative. No, I don't bash a product. I just don't pull down a brand or anything. That's not what I stand for. So yeah, that's everything I wanted to cover. Like, it's not always been the most amazing for me. I get a lot of negative comments. Back in the day, it used to hurt me a lot. It used to get a little personal for me, but I think over time, I think it comes with the territory and I have to learn to live with it. So there are certain keywords that I've entered, and those keywords, if present in a comment, would be blocked directly. I don't even have to look at it. But if it's like constructive criticism, something that I can improve on, maybe the rate of speech or these pointers, or maybe I've mentioned something wrong that is not how it's supposed to be, and somebody else who knows better than me is correcting me, I'm always willing to listen. I love that. So it's just that sometimes I don't have the luxury to implement your recommendations, but I'm willing to take criticisms. I love what I'm doing right now, and I don't think I would stop it anytime soon. I don't think so. I really love it. So it brings a lot of joy for me, and when I don't make videos for a long time, I do feel really bad. So Monidipa Haldar asks, tell us about your best makeup and skincare investments so far. I wouldn't call this one product as an investment, but I've switched to a lot of organic Indian skincare brands, which I feel was the best move I've made, and they've been really working for my skin. It's not that I wouldn't try anything that's not organic anymore in the future, because that's not what this channel is about. It's about reviews. It's about telling you guys some of the best products that I like and what I don't like. So it wouldn't stop that way, but I feel like these Indian skincare brands that I discovered are some of the best I've discovered so far. And about makeup, the NARS Radiant Longwear Foundation has to be the best product that I've fallen in love with. What are your favorite show? And what have you watched recently? So my favorite shows, I've mentioned this in another video as well, that I'm not a big show kind of person. I don't really like to binge watch any shows or episodes as such, because I get addicted to it and then it's very difficult to get out of it. Like, I feel like it's nice, but sometimes it's just waste of time. So I used to not watch a lot of it. I used to like just watch these two shows on a repetitive basis. So every time I'm low or I'm eating and I want to watch something, I just watch Friends or I just watch Sex and the City. These are the two shows I always go back to. I used to watch Revenge, Grey's Anatomy and everything. Revenge got over like about 2 years back. Grey's Anatomy, they just prolonged it. It went after 15 seasons, I think, and then I just completely stopped watching it because it was really too much. And some of my favorite characters were dead in that. So this I used to watch during my college time. And then I stopped watching Grey's Anatomy as well. So now recently I watched Money Heist. I think it was a really good show, and I really enjoyed it. Like all the 4 seasons on Netflix, I watched it. And yeah, like I mentioned, I watched 2 seasons in like 12 hours, I think, like just continuously, and then ended up with a severe headache, because that's what happens. Like, you're always curious what's happening next and you can't stop. So then Anmol asks, most awaited question, why did you stop uploading for months back to back? So yeah, I stopped posting almost for 6 months because of some personal issues, and my marriage had come up and I got busy in that, and I couldn't really update you guys because there were certain issues that I had to resolve from my end, families involved and stuff. So that's the reason I was too occupied with that and engrossed in that I couldn't think about filming a video, and I was not in the right mindset to make that video. So after I got married, it was my husband who brought me back to YouTube and is like, no, you have to start filming these videos again. This is who you are and you should be doing it right now. So if it was not for him, I don't think I would ever come back. So thanks to my husband who brought me back on YouTube, who's also one of the main reasons to push me onto YouTube. He was the one who encouraged me to start a YouTube channel and to do all this, and he always encourages me in everything. Chinny asks, do you have siblings? Yeah, I do have one brother, 1.5 years older to me, and we used to look quite alike as well, but he's changed over time and I've changed over time as well, and there's nothing more amazing than having a sibling. So Archana Gupta asks, good anti-aging cream. I'm not very sure of any good anti-aging cream as such, but I feel like a good routine would help you with this anti-aging aspect, especially using a lot of vitamin C serums, good sunscreen, a lot of keeping a good moisturized skin all the time so that your skin is not tugging and pulling because of dryness, and good food intake is amazing for good skin. Someone here asked me to show you guys my setup. Okay, this is actually my husband. He's the one who set this up for me and he's very proud of this setup, and he wants me to film it for you guys and show you guys my setup, which I think I will be doing eventually. I'm not sure if I'm just ready for it just yet, but I will be showing you guys my setup very soon, and he's very proud of this. Okay, that is pretty much all the questions that I got so far. And I think those were quite a lot, and I'm really happy that I answered most of it. And let me know if you guys want to film a part 2 of this, maybe some other topic that you guys want to particularly cover. So if you have any more questions for me, let me know in this comment section so that I can group up those questions and film another Q&A for you guys. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys like this video and enjoyed this content, and let me know what are the other kind of videos you want to watch from me, something a little more relaxed, laid back. I definitely like to film those videos for you guys. And so don't forget to like this video and also subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.
Your own style, that's just slang for you, ain't got it though. Talking like you got it, that's a problem, I might let them know. Treat you like I'm else, it's on my lip.